If you are anything like me and have just been told you better get your butt moving, then you got a home here. Welcome to the GO Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. I appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. You might have seen we have a little bit of housekeeping that we need to do right out of the gates. A little bit of housekeeping. And I want you to understand that if you saw our post from yesterday, and about Mike almost dying and the claim that Queen Bee made that I almost died. If you missed it, here it is.
Almost died.
I did almost
on the way
die.
home.
Oh, wait, I gotta eat that.
But we made it, and that's all that matters. We're here.
What is happening here? Here,
2 flat falls, worth every minute of.
this is what we had. Sorry about
Mike
that.
almost died.
I did almost
on the way
die.
home.
But we made it, and that's all that matters. We're here. Up to 2 flat falls, worth every minute of fun on the way down.
Not fun.
10 miles, but
No.
we did it. You were a star.
You did it.
You did really well too.
Yeah, it was touch and
Pardon?
go. She thought we were gonna have to call a helicopter. Let's be real. So
This is all hearsay, habeas corpus, libel, and meanness. So what it is. Not in mostly true, but not all true. Like Jim Hurt said, I'm only mostly dead, not all dead. It's gonna take a damn miracle, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, I need some Miracle Max. About the time I hit the Havasu Pie Village, I was ready. Yeah, I needed some Miracle Max in a hurry. I hit a wall. I was done. I was just toast, man. The sun just fried me. And I'm telling you, again, I'm going to be straight when I say this. My legs were fine, pulse fine, back hurting, yeah. But I was good there. Dude, my head was toast. Just absolute toast. So right when the camera started rolling, immediately, Mike almost died. You got to find yourself a woman like that. That's fantastic. Let's dive into this. There were so many things that we need to discuss. And one of the things that I am really excited about was an opportunity that we had. An opportunity that we had to help someone out. And, of course, Queen Bee leading the charge. But this was super important. You understand, when you go down to have a soup pie, that's all. You have what you have. That's it. If you forgot something, you forgot some. I forgot some of my medication. Forgot it. Toast. Nothing I can do. It's not like you can run over to Target and grab something. And I've told my kids this for years. I said, we're just going to California. We're not going to a third world country. If you guys forget something, it's no big deal. Stop panicking. And so they did. So that's the way it's always been. You go to have a soup pie, you have what you have. If you forgot, you forgot. And if you pack too much like we did, you pack too much. You got to have what we call an eat down. Oh, Lord, about 50 pounds of food. But we saw a mother and her daughter in tears and way out of sorts, where you collect the bags from the donkeys. Their stuff didn't come down. Their stuff did not arrive. So basically, you have nothing. Again, you can't run to the store and grab some provisions that you might need. You can't. You have to just deal with what you got. So we rallied and said, this is what we're going to do. We are going to help these people, whether they like it or not. And of course, they were being, they're being very humble. They were being gracious. They were just like, no. We're going to figure this out. The girl starts crying. She's like, no, we're not. I'm not sleeping on the dirt and just out in the middle of the elements with no tent and no. It's going to get too cold. Don't want to do that. I don't have my meds. This is not okay. So we started encouraging and we started helping out. And you know what we noticed along the way? No one else did. Like, everyone sees these people. I mean, you are right in the entrance to the camp and they're crying, standing there alone, talking to, I don't know if you call them employees or residents of the village, tribal members. I don't know what you call them. But they didn't care. Oh, yeah, sorry. That'll be in on the helicopter tomorrow. We know where they're at. They're at the top. Yeah. We'll get them down here first thing for you. What do we do tonight? Nothing. Nothing we can do. Not our problem. And what you're going to learn when you do go down there is there are, yeah, right, Jim, people do suck. And you're not going to get a high level of customer service in this place. You're just not. You're not going to get a high level. You're not even going to get a mediocre level of customer service. You know, since before the pandemic, the service industry was just on, right? And now it's like you go to a restaurant, you're like, does anyone care? Yeah, you're not even going to get that level of service down there. So these two young ladies, the mom and the daughter, were in bad sorts. So we started rallying. Wonderful, beautiful CC and the boys and Queen Bee. We're all figuring out how we can give them a tent. We have food. We started bringing them, collecting some food. God knows we had no food. The girl was like, I need these meds. And Queen Bee's like, got that. We're all good. And it was a lot of coaxing, but they finally allowed us to help them out. And believe it or not, the res folks showed up and they had a tent and some pillows for them. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Why did you go hours telling them you can't help them when you said, oh yeah, we have all this stuff just laying around, all these extra tents just laying around? And so we went to their campsite and we set them up. We set up the tents. We set up the food. We just made sure that they were good and well taken care of and tucked in. And I felt good about it. And again, no one even raised their head. No one even checked out. Like, what do you guys know? Can we participate? No. Even our neighbors, some people that are in our camp. Nope. Not gonna help out. And I just think it was really cool that the Queen Bee led the charge on that and just said, we're going to. I said, okay, of course. And in a way we went. And as a dad too, for the love of God, seeing a teenage girl just crying and crying, you're like, oh, I will do anything. Can I buy you one of these donkeys? Maybe one of the horses. What would you like? Just stop crying. That's who I am. Any of my girls, I'm surrounded by females in my life. Any of the girls cry, and I'm like, what do you want? Do you want a new car? What, how do we fix this? Can I buy you a condo? Okay, what do we do? Yeah, that's my way out of basically my way out of everything. But we try to help. Be that person, please. Be those people. Just help out. It's like passing somebody on a dirt road that the truck's broke down. You always stop, roll down your window. You guys good? Need some help? And be ready to help. This isn't a how you doing? Hey, how's it going? It's not a rhetorical question. If you need help, you guys okay? Be ready in the outdoors, guys. We are a hell of a helpful group. Apparently not down in Havasu by there, not those elitist hikers. Don't do that. I'm not having soup. I'm chewing the bark off this tree because I'm in nature. Don't be those guys. Be the guys that help. Okay. When in doubt, be the Queen Bee. That's it. What's up, Eddie? How you doing? Maybe spelt wrong. It ain't for me. Yeah. And Lynn, there's a lot of things that just aren't. I mean, there's a lot of things I can't do. I will show you probably tomorrow. We'll get to the cliff diving portion of our trip, and the pain that would inflict on me. I can't do that. I mean, I barely dive into water. And here's what happens. When you jump in water feet first, the water displaces and it comes right back on your head. That's no bueno for me after the surgery. So that's why I don't. So there's things I can't do as well. Yeah, I used to be that person. And you used to be that person and then people ruined it. Yeah, sometimes. My grandfather was always. If you had a sign that said will work for food or something to that extent, will work in some way, the word work was represented on your cardboard sign. Every single time the man would stop. Every time the man would stop and say, get in the back of the truck. I got work for you. Let's go. When they just consistently rejected his offer, he stopped doing it. Yeah, Rhonda, I feel you. I 100% feel you. One of the cool things about the res are the res dogs. I mean, I got Ozzy and Boone here in the studio with me today, and they're just kind of wrestling around and surprisingly have not hit my light setup. But they're having a good time. They are not as well behaved as these res dogs. I'm sorry. These res dogs are cool in the gang. They don't bother you. You don't bother them. Sometimes they'll come around, see what you got, roll through your camp. If somebody wants to throw them a little kibble, hey, we're in. Maybe a meat stick, maybe some beef jerky. What do you got in there? Hey, you know, there's a bowl that I can lick, whatever I want. And these things are awesome. Look at. I mean, I'll show you this. I'll show you this. Look at this. This was my favorite guy. I don't know what they named him, but this was definitely my favorite guy, and obviously Queen Bee's favorite dude. And that guy, you see that pile of leaves behind her there, the pile of leaves, he would just curl up on there at night, just curl up on he was kind of our little camp dog. It was just so cute, so damn adorable. And they were just well behaved. They didn't snatch food from you. They didn't steal things. They just hung out. They give them a little bit of water, give them, like I said, some beef jerky and things like that. They were just great. I think that's the way I just wish, how the hell do I get my dogs to be that way? You know? I mean, we're working on both of them, but there's no way they'll reach res dog level. I mean, they're as inbred as any res dog there is. These two dogs, these two little mutts that we have. But that's definitely not the key in that. Yeah. People ask for money because they're hungry. I offer to buy them food. They say no. Yeah. I know it's a tough gig. It really is. But you know, all you can do is just keep on trying and just keep on keeping on. And they say no, they say no. Right. I was in San Francisco years and years and years ago. And the guy is a work trip, and the guy that I was with, he said, he's like, the guy asked him for some money. And he said, here, dude, I'll take you across the street right there, McDonald's. Get you whatever value meal you want. You got it. Supersize the hell out of it. Let's go. And so he did. He took him out. And then when we went into a bar, of course, came out of the pub, the same guy asked the same guy for money. And he said, dude, I just bought you a value meal. He goes, yeah, I sold it. Swear to you. He goes, yeah, I sold it. Sold it. At least he was honest. Yeah. And that was definitely the end of that for sure. Yes. So I want to, and I hope Queen Bee is still listening right now, because I want to talk about something that happened on our trip that was 100% glorious. Definitely the highlight of the trip. What made the entire trip? Forget about God's beautiful creations in these waterfalls, in this beautiful area, and the wonderful experiences and the people around. Nope. The one highlight of the trip, and I mean, I'm sorry, not one highlight of the trip, the highlight of the trip was me having to help Queen Bee with something in her pack. I am not a hiker. You guys have known this. You guys have known this since 2013. I don't hike. I do now, but I'm new to the game because I didn't like it, didn't want to do it. Now I want to do it. Now it's fun. I'm going on one this weekend, maybe two. But the first time we went out with the whole crew, I couldn't drink out of my camel pack. I was like, nothing's coming out. And they look in my pack and I put the bladder in upside down. And they thought that was absolutely hilarious. That was basically a running joke because it didn't happen just once. It happened twice. I didn't understand the concept. For some reason, I couldn't grasp the concept of which way the bladder was supposed to go in the camel pack when you hike. And I was actually given some crap about that when we were in Havasupai. Then all of a sudden, Queen Bee starts trying to get a little drink of water from her camel pack. Guess what? Oh, I had to step up and save the day. And by the way, of course, we filmed it. Mm-hmm.
Sleeping when I did this. I was tired.
I'm sorry, was this put in upside down?
I was tired.
Oh shoot! Did it go down? Oh no.
It was the morning.
Ah!
And I didn't have my coffee, and Mike was being really mean to me. It's now manhandling me.
I'm birthing this thing. It's a boy.
Oh.
Babe, why is this thing not coming up?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, because it's in upside down. That's why. She's like, just do it, Mike.
I was sleeping. I didn't have my coffee. Everyone was being mean to me. I didn't have any oatmeal. Mike gave our sleeping bags to the neighbors.
Okay, there you go. How's it work now? Does it work now? How's it? You got that? Hey!
Wow.
Yep. Highlight of my entire trip right there. That was the highlight of the entire trip. Hands down, the highlight. Best thing to ever happen. Oh my gosh. Nobody's ever going to say anything about me putting my camel pack in, putting that bladder in upside down. No one. Because I have video now. And I can even deny that it happened. I could say it's never happened. I've never put that because it's not been on film. Hers is on film. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This is just a lot of fun to recap this stuff and share it with you. You guys are my outdoor fam, and it's fun to do that. We had two young men with us, and it was our friend Cece's son Hudson and his roommate Pierce. And talk about two cool kids. I mean, 21, 22 age range, and just, I mean, hardworking. These guys are mountain goats too. I mean, these guys are just blazing trails. These guys, they're on it. I love it. So cool to see. But it was cool to have them in camp, primarily because we were going a lot slower than them on the way in. By the time we get there, they had selected a camping spot. Perfect, by the way. I mean, couldn't get better. And brought our bags to camp and even set up his mom's tent and their tent already. Good kids, for sure. What you want to do when you go to Havasupai is you want to not carry a lot of weight. Pounds equal pain. Trust me on this one. Tim Ralston, God bless you. Survivalist Tim Ralston. Brother, you told me a dozen times. Pounds equal pain. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Weak. Weak sauce. No. Pounds equal pain. These kids were pulling out gear out of their bag, and we were like, what in the hell? Why in the hell did you pack that? Because I was looking for a rock to pound the stakes in of the tent. And Hudson hands me, it's got to be an 8-pound hatchet hammer. It's a hammer on one side, axe on the other, with a hatchet handle. I'm like, what the hell? Why did you think to bring this? He's like, in case we needed it. I'm like, I'm not mad at that. But they make lighter versions of these that his looked like it was something from the early 1900s. Like they made it out of railroad ties and stakes or something like that. Then he pulls out his stakes that he thought he was going to bring, that he thought he was going to use on the tent. This bag was like 5 pounds. These were massive. Look like railroad ties. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. These kids, the stuff they were pulling out of their bag, it reminded me of Felix the cat. Because they just kept reaching in their bag and pulling stuff out. I didn't know they made turkey spam. Had no idea. As if spam wasn't bad enough. Like they tried to make healthy spam and make it turkey. If you guys can come with your spam recipes, go for it. I would love to see that. But what actually beat the band, the thing they pulled out of their pack that was absolutely out of left field. I did not see this coming. I did not see it coming. Yeah, Alfred, hey, you love watching new people bring stupid things into camp. You ready for this? Queen Bee got to wear it. They brought it. Yeah. Because why would you camp? Why would you pack a light? Why would you pack a light pack and not include your night vision helmet? I didn't try it on. I didn't try it on primarily because I knew that little tiny helmet was not going to fit my giant grape. So I didn't include that at all. I didn't try it on. Queen Bee did. Walked around. Said the stars look great. Everything just looks amazing like that. But that's the one thing I did. I mean, if you were to make a list, going camping with someone, and if you're packing in and packing out, and you're working on the weight of your bag, and that's a very important thing. You make a list of 10 things that no way in hell they're going to be bringing. This is probably on. I don't even know if this would make the list. I didn't know it was within the realm of possibility. I'll tell you one thing I didn't bring, and I'm going to say this. This is so foreign to me, and I did not see anything signage. I saw signage that said no alcohol, but I don't think I saw anything that said no firearms. I just assumed we were not able to bring firearms. So I brought some really cool knives, so it appears. But that was about it. That was weird for me to be without a firearm like that, especially camping. Really, really weird. Just maneuvering around the camp, it's just kind of, there's nothing on my right side. Like, why is there nothing on my right side? This feels weird. You do a lot of things. You'd wear them for hours at a time. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, but that one I did not see coming. Let me get you guys a look at the camp, because I think it's pretty cool. This was our setup. I did not know that when they're talking about critters are going to get into your stuff, it's either squirrels or res dogs. But the res dogs know what's up, and so does everyone else. So you hang everything from a tree. Yeah. So this was our spot. Yeah, this is our spot here. I think it's a nice spot. See, we had that is something that, by the way, Queen Bee got for us, and that right there. That's something Queen Bee got for us. That is mandatory. Mandatory. This is a water filtration system. So what it is a gravity system that you go to the spring where people are just filling up their water bottles right out of the spring. And it says, drinking water spring. No, filter it. For the love of God. It does not matter. Just filter it. What's the harm in doing that? So this thing had 1.5 gallons. This thing could hold 1.5 gallons, and it had that cord, that tube that went into basically a life straw, and just it dropped out some really cool, water at a pretty solid clip. So I was excited about that thing. Oh, here you go, looking for the nuts in the tent. Okay, yeah. Water bladders, yeah. And but the people that were, you understand that the Havasupai was shut down because of the norovirus, or whatever the hell they got. I think it was norovirus. I've had norovirus, and that was one of the probably 2 times that I begged for death. It is insanely painful. So I don't mess around with that. So if they're like, "Oh, here's the spring water," everybody's like, "Oh yeah, just drink out of the spring." No. I didn't even buy water I was going to boil for coffee or soups. No way I was going to do that. So anyway, that was our water system. Good job on that, Queen. And then we just hung everything up. From hats to boots, socks. That's the boys' tent. Look at all the gear in the trees. Queen Bee and I we actually attached our bags to a tree. So we're truly tree huggers in this. And then there are pimp canes. I don't know if you guys saw our pimp canes, but those are our pimp canes right there. See? Yeah, pimp canes. You might call them trekking poles, walking sticks, pimp canes. I just think pimp canes is a lot more, just a lot cooler, right? And soups. Before we wrap up, because tomorrow we have a lot of stuff. The stuff that we traverse. I want to talk about Mooney Falls. Definitely want to talk about being with kids and younger people there that push you to do cool things, which we did. And but I do want to talk to you about the soups. I've been doing it wrong, but it hit me like it just because there's no internet. This is another thing. You go down to Havasupai, you have no internet. Like, you can't just ask Siri a question. You can't just look, you can't Google something. And so the first night I was so confused because I took our dry soup, I put it in our bowls, I put the hot water on it, and I was like, what the hell? Just stirring and stirring and stirring. I'm like, this is just dumb. It's not working. And poor Queen Bee, she was being so sweet. She ate most of her soup, and she threw most of probably a good third of it away because it just wasn't good. And then I was thinking, I was actually talking to one of the boys about cooking rice and how I cook rice. Just so you guys know, how I cook rice is this: 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of chicken broth. It's done. 20 minutes covered. Phenomenal. So I was talking to him about that, and then it hit me. I'm like, you dumbass. Why aren't you putting the soup in the jet boil, bringing the water to a boil, and then covering it for 15 to 20 minutes and letting it rehydrate? Like rice. Sure, Schnitzel. It worked. It worked. I've been doing it wrong the entire time. So we had good beef stew and some broccoli cheddar soups, and it was good. but you treat it like rice. Cook it, boil it, let it sit covered, and then it's soup. It's that easy. God, what a moron. The instructions are not on the packet. They're not on the packet. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because I dehydrated the soups myself. Because I wanted a certain type of soup. I wanted the soups that I liked. I don't want this prepackaged freeze-dried nonsense. And by the way, that freeze-dried nonsense is freeze-dried nonsense BS. Like the mountain whatever, the breakfast skillet. Oh, just 1 cup of boiling water and away you go. No. Soupy ass, watery grossness. You might want to add more water for your like of consistency. What? In more water? Eggs floating in water? No. Funny how we go from camping to realize what we got at home and make life a whole lot more comfortable. You're amen to that. Amen to that. Ay. And Herd uses, Tequila Jim uses bouillon cubes. I decided to buy just chicken broth's fine. Better than bouillon is fantastic. Again, this is an outdoor program, but we do talk about cooking quite a bit. Better than bouillon. So good. It's like a paste. Yeah. But I mean, you can just put that in there too. So what are you doing, Jim? You're just doing 2 cups of water and then you do maybe some bouillon cubes in there instead? I mean, just to kind of flavor up the water? Yeah, same. 6 and 1 doesn't half the other. At least I think. Yeah, your rice will never be better. But it hit me like a truck. I mean, I'm telling you. Yeah, right? How we live. Yeah, we go camping to live poor, but it's good. It keeps you on your toes. Keeps the keeps your the genetics, the instinct is what I meant to say. It wakes up your instinct a little bit. You know, this is how we were meant to live. We weren't meant to have microwaves and laptops and Wi-Fi and we're meant to be out there surviving and hunting and gathering. Serious lack of hunting at the bottom of the canyon, by the way. Apparently it can't. But we did see a bighorn sheep. I'll show you that stuff tomorrow. Okay, more on the Have a Soup Pie trip. And remember, the best part of the entire trip.
Sleeping when I did this. I was tired.
I'm sorry, was this put in upside down?
I was tired.
Oh shoot! Did it go down?
Yeah, that's part of the whole trip.
The morning. And I didn't have my coffee, and Mike was being really mean to me.
All right, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of state, nation, and world that we live in. Hasta